Looking to extend the 4-game unbeaten run, AFC Liverpool travelled to Maine Road, where the hosts were looking for all 3 points to keep alive their outside chance of taking the league title. The 3 previous meetings between the two sides had all been won by Maine Road, so Reds manager Paul Moore was looking to break his duck against the Manchester outfit. Though needing all 3 points, Maine Road never really developed a desire to impose themselves upon the game, and Matthew Warburton's early attempt was their only real threat to Dean Pye's goal. AFC Liverpool, meanwhile, seemed to have more of a hunger about them, and some early pressing by a combination of John Lawless and Steve Jones eventually led to Jack Sinnott trying his luck from distance, though Gregory Hall comfortably watched the ball sail behind for a goal kick. Sinnott's partner in midfield, Liam Loughlin, was the next to have a pop at Hall's goal, but again the keeper was untroubled. Had they had a more sympathetic referee, AFC Liverpool would have had a chance to take the lead from the penalty spot when Matthew Russell clattered into Jack Sinnott inside the area, and even though the midfielder lost his boot in the challenge, the official was unmoved by his appeal. If any goal was to be forthcoming in the opening 45 minutes, it appeared as though it would come from AFC Liverpool, though it wasn't until late on in the half that Gregory Hall had to make his first save as he denied Steve Jones. Right before half-time though, Gregory Hall had to be at his very best, stretching his full frame as he tipped over Daniel Hand's drive that was bound for the top corner. Gregory Hall was again called into action straight after the restart, as he prevented substitute Rob Lamont from making an instant impact. Maine Road livened up a little after the break, and a quick throw out from Gregory Hall found Martin Hill, who then carried the ball to the byline before cutting it back to Samuel Hare, though his finish left a lot to be desired. AFC Liverpool though were still looking good to get something out of the game, and Sean Harris was a threat down the left flank. After cutting inside Andrew Thorpe, he found his path blocked, but still had the tenacity to dig out a cross, which found Daniel Hand on the volley at the back post. Up front, Rob Lamont was proving to be a particular nuisance to the Maine Road back line, though his opportunities to test Gregory Hall were limited. At the other end, there was still no sign of the urgency that you might expect from a team chasing a league title, as Maine Road found themselves limited to half chances and shots from distance, and even then they failed to trouble Dean Pye. Once again, Rob Lamont was proven a handful for the home side's defence, and on this occasion he got the better of Kevin McGrath to put Steve Jones in with a chance, but the striker couldn't make the most of the opportunity. AFC Liverpool were still keeping Maine Road at bay, and even though the home side's front two boasted 59 goals between them, when one of them, Thomas Bailey, got a sniff, he was nowhere near adding to that tally. The other half of Maine Road's prolific duo, Matthew Warburton, top scorer with 33, caused a little more problems for Dean Pye, but it was nothing the keeper couldn't handle. It momentarily appeared as though the home side had finally breached the red-shirted rearguard when Matthew Warburton and Edward Moran combined to set up a chance for Neil Chappell, but the Maine Road captain found Anthony Brown preventing him from finding the breakthrough. The Reds had a chance to win it late on when Jack Sinnott met Steve Jones's corner run challenge 6 yards out, but the midfielder couldn't guide his header on target. When Edward Moran fired wide from the edge of the box with the game heading into injury time, it seemed as though the spoils would be shared. However, the referee inexplicably found another 7 minutes to add on to the 90, and with what surely was their last attack of the game, Maine Road were awarded a penalty when River Humphreys was immediately penalised for handling Edward Moran's cross. It was a cruel twist meted down upon the visitors, who had been worthy of at least a point, and it handed Maine Road the chance to keep alive their title ambitions that their performance hadn't warranted, which was gratefully accepted by Thomas Bailey as he slotted the ball past Dean Pye to snatch all 3 points for his side. You got the win in the end, but your views on the penalty?
Very close decision. I spoke to your keeper as I walked in, and he said, unfortunately, the lad's jumped in the air, he's off the floor, and he's hit his hand. I think the referee's caught in, it's a very difficult decision, hand in the air next to his head. It's a penalty, unfortunately. I think it's extremely difficult circumstances in the fact it's 96 minutes or something. We're deep into stoppage time after all the subs and a couple of injuries, but if it's a penalty, it's a penalty. I think it's taken great composure for Tom Bailey to step up and slot it in the top corner like he has. It's a great finish. And there's our captain in fine form as always. X-rated video clip. Might have to edit that one.
The thing that upset Paul Moore the most was the amount of time added on.
Yeah, time added on is always a difficult thing, because if you think, I think we used all the substitutions both sides, so you've got 30 seconds of substitution there. The ball spent a lot of time out of play today, so the referee's obviously stopped his clock each time and made his assessment of how far he should add on, and that's the 6 minutes is what he's come up with, and that's what we've scored in.
You needed to get the result today to stay in contention for the title. How do you go about approaching a game like that?
A very big result today. If we look at the fixtures, the way they've gone through, Barnoldswick have beat Bootle 6-3, I think that's finished, and Runcorn Town have dropped points as well. So Winsford, ourselves and Padiham are the top 3 of the top sides who've won. So it was a massively important fixture for us. That was what we were trying to get over to the lads. The one thing we don't want to occur is for us to fall off this season. We've got one game left now, and it's imperative that we see that out and carry on the good work we've done all year.
You've been up near the top, or at the top for pretty much all the season, haven't you?
Yeah, we went top in September. A tremendous credit to lads who've kept themselves in the mix thereabouts all year. Unfortunately, the deciding fixture was Padiham last week, I think, for our title hopes. We lost that game in a very close encounter at Padiham, a superb side this year. Fair credit to them, and I think they look like they might go on and win it, and I think they fully deserve it.
1-0 to Maine Road, but that was 3 points they didn't earn, wasn't it?
Well, I think someone from the league better tell me that we're playing till 5 o'clock now, Paul, or someone from the FA, because he's given a penalty at 5 o'clock and I don't even know where he's got his time from. I don't want to, obviously the official's got to get mentioned for his performance, mate. 2 sides wanting to play football, had a great game. He goes and then just spoils it by doing what he wants. I just cannot believe where he's got. At 15 minutes, I don't know, 5 o'clock he's given a penalty. 4:59, 58 or something like that, he's given a penalty. 5:50, I don't know. I'm just shocked into the fact that he's given a penalty. And it wasn't even a penalty, he's missed 2 of ours. But I think people need to come, and if there's assessors here, they need to assess what they're seeing, because I'm seeing the same thing, and my club and supporters, not just our supporters, we're seeing it, and we've had it all year. We've had it all year, not just AFC Liverpool, I'm talking in general. If the assessors are doing the jobs, then they need to look properly, because what we're seeing and what I've just seen there, it's unacceptable, mate. I've got 11, 15, 14 lads having a go for AFC Liverpool, and people will just say the same thing. It's not bitterness, it's a fact that 11 lads put a shift in with however many games they played this week, and you get an official deciding to do what he's just done. It's unacceptable, mate. I don't know where he's got it. I've just said 2 minutes to 5 o'clock. No one got carried off, there was no ambulances, and I should be talking about the game. And I'm annoyed into the fact of the matter is, why? I asked him about a penalty situation that we should have had with Jack Sinner. His answer was at half time, gut feeling. A gut feeling. Is that a decision, is it? Don't know.
Shame really, because they're going for the title, but you pretty much had them in the bag really.
Well, I've played against the top 6 sides in the last couple of weeks, mate. To be fair to Maine Road, they're a decent footballing side, and fair play to them. You know, they like to play, but on the day, mate, they never outplayed us. AFC Liverpool done themselves proud today, really proud. We've matched them in all departments. We've played them. My keeper hasn't had any saves to make. Their keepers had 1 or 2 to make. So it tells me that, you know, we're going in the right way. You know, considering we've played the games that we have, the teams that we've played against over the recent weeks, we're not far away, mate. And I said that a couple of weeks ago. But at the end of the day, I can't compensate for what officials do, and then it comes down to this situation. Do you know, no wonder people get upset. No wonder people get upset, because you're asking for an honest performance out of your football players and football people around the football club. Where is it? You know, again, if I get sent off or I got booked, or I'm accountable to the FA. Referees, who are they accountable to, mate? You know, because that was diabolical. That's the worst decision I've seen in years. Not only just the decision, but the time of play. He'll probably put down that they scored their penalty in 2 minutes of injury time. It was 1 minute to 5, Paul. 1 minute to 5. And I can't get me bet, mate, I'm sorry. But today, I thought the lads put a really good shift in again. Played really, really well against a very, very good side. And I'm proud of the lads. And again, we ain't far away, mate. We're not far away. It's just we're getting a bit of momentum. But, you know, today wasn't our day, again, with an official's decision.
One positive was the performance of Rob Lamont when he came on in the second half. Caused them all sorts of problems along the back line, didn't he?
Yeah, I mean, Rob's a big lad. I mean, at the end of the day, people think, oh, we're going to lump him. Rob can play. I just thought today, you know, he's come on, he's been out for a good while with a back injury. But credit to him. And young Adam Waterhouse, he's come on and had a couple with health through the year. But, you know, I probably could have played whoever I played today, mate. But I still think it keeps going back to that decision, mate, because I can't get my breath. I really can't. It'd be nice to think what their manager's thoughts on it. I mean, obviously he may say it's a penalty, but for whatever time or for whatever reason he's played, I don't know, mate. I just can't get my breath. And I feel sorry generally for the lads, because they put a right good shift in and against a very good side, a very, very good side. Because to credit to them, I think they're the best side I've played this year. Because again, they like to play, don't they? So, you know, but I feel so despondent and disappointed for the lads, because, you know, at the end of the day, people go, oh, you got beat. People need to come and have a look and see what AFC Liverpool are all about these days, because we're a good seed, mate. We're a very good team, and on any day, which is proved again, we'll give any of the top sides a game, which we have, and not only give them a game, mate, we possibly could have got and should have got something out of it. But again, we'll go back to the chap in the middle. You know, again, if the assessors watch referees, then assessors, if you're looking at it, mate, have a look at it properly, because we have to.
Commiserations on the result.
Just, yeah, Paul, very disappointed, mate. Just with the result, not the performance.